Friday night in the city. Oh, that's right. YouTube will blast out my video if I have music, even if it's not background music on the radio. Somebody owns it and we'll make money off it, and that's that. Yep. I've got to come all the way over here to 20th Ave. Luckily, I have my alternate escape plan when I can't get out of my streets. It actually works out very well. I always turn right on 22nd Avenue. And if I can't get out that way, I'll go over to 21st Avenue. And if I can't get out that way, I'll turn left on 21st, come back out to Everett, and go down to down to where I am right now, which is 20th Avenue. And as you can see, we got quite a little mess going on here. It's raining, and there's people, and there's all kinds of crazy shit happening. Look at the traffic today. But I'll get out of here. Just take your time, you know. It's all about taking your time when it gets crazy. Luckily, I don't have to get over to Merlo because that highway is all backed up. Look at people everywhere running. Very dangerous. And nobody's got their be seen, be safe outfit on either. They weren't paying attention to the TriMet be seen, be safe activity. You silly people. I missed that because it was I was in the middle of my other controversy. I might have gone down there just to laugh at it. But they had some good outfits there. You saw the pictures on Bike Portland. Look at it out here. God damn, man. Holy shit, it's crappy out here. Wow. Well, the newest deal for me is the theory of I am receiving stolen property. It's laughable, of course, but apparently there's a lot of people that actually think that that's what's going to happen to me here. I'm going to be prosecuted for receiving stolen property. And, you know, needless to say, I think that's the biggest joke I've ever heard. But you know how it goes, you know. You know, you have to know something is stolen property before you can be accused of receiving stolen property. Obviously, I had no way. I don't even think that falls into the category of stolen property, does it? When you think about it, I mean, how does that meet the criteria for stolen property? It was plagiarized property, maybe, but it was not stolen property because the original one is still there. So that's a laughable thing. But apparently, there's a lot of TriMet supervisory personnel that think that's going to happen. Of course, you never know with TriMet if they want to bust me for something. Do it. It's not going to happen now. That's not going to happen. They'll come up with some HR violations if they're going to do something to me. They'll just come up with some kind of crazy HR. Oh, by the way, I mean, I also, you know, I did not violate my letter of expectations. The letter of expectations, which says I must get express permission before putting anybody's audio or visual information on the internet. You couldn't recognize anybody from that video. I didn't have the slightest idea who any of the people were. Oh, we see the highways backed up. Look, I was going to go Burnside, but I couldn't get over. I couldn't get over to Burnside. I didn't want to go back the other way from here. All I got to do is make up to Sylvan. It's pretty good as long as I don't have to go all the way to the Merlo Garage. It's pretty. I can get to Beaverton Transit Center very easily, but I can't get to the Merlo Garage. No, I didn't do anything wrong at all with that video. I mean, you know, really. And I'm here to tell you, I talked to another operator yesterday during my break at Beaverton. He got it in the email list, the same one I did. He told me himself. I got the email too. So that video was circulating around the mailing list. Okay, it was not some kind of a secret plot. Somebody sent it out, and it went around to all the TriMet people that are on those mailing lists. I'm surprised TriMet himself isn't listed on the email mailing list. Look at it. Look at it, how miserable it is out here. Wow. So yeah, so I've met now another person who got that email on a mailing list. So that's 2. And I imagine I know who the other people are that had got it, because I don't remember who sent it, but I know who's on the mailing list. Oh, look at this. A bicycle. Guy wants to live dangerously. I know these bicyclists, man, they are some hardy-ass people. I think they're crazy. Personally, I think they're crazy. I mean, this is a day for the bus or the train or something. Don't ride your bicycle. Okay, this is not a day for riding your bicycle on the highway. Obviously, look at it out here. And it's coming down hard. I got my raincoat on today. So yeah, the receiving stolen property theory is laughable. I laugh at that one. That's absurd. I think the dust will settle on that whole deal pretty quickly here, but I also heard from very reliable sources that they did actually know what happened in that MAX crash immediately. You know, I'm sorry to have to report this, but the whole story of we have to do the investigation is a bunch of bullshit. They knew right away what happened because the operator told them. You know, that's what happened. It's what the operator passed out for some reason, and that was known. Sorry, you guys really did some stupid shit here, Mr. Managers, whoever you are. I know it looks bad, but I mean, shit, accidents happen, you know. It's just the way that it is. I tried to say that on Mars. I mean, accidents are going to always happen. It's just the way it is. It's the human beings in charge here. I mean, when you have the human factor, there's always going to be shit. And even if you don't, even mechanical factors, even mechanical failures, it's just the way that it is. Nothing runs perfectly ever. And you can't get it to run perfectly. So the whole idea that we're going to get this thing all in order here and everything's going to be great and we'll never have an accident again because we've been through our operator recertification course. It's a laughable idea. You know, none of that can happen. I'm not sure why they think that's so. I don't get it. And then they have Harry, the supporter, who I don't see him of any value. What's he doing here? What the hell is he doing that's of any value? I haven't seen anything coming out of him. You know, they finally sent me, I've lost it because I've been busy with other stuff, but I got an official letter from Tommy Gilbray who said, I already knew the answer to this, of course, that the driver fan idea has been thrown out. I think that, if I remember correctly, it was not cost effective or something like that. I don't know what she said, but you know, I got other problems right now besides actual safety things, and you know, it's just a dereliction of the TriMet management because and the same thing with the ADA. It's the management's responsibility to update this equipment, and they didn't do it. So the idea that somehow they're going to hold us responsible is laughable. It's another management bullshit thing. And it's, I don't know, to them it's just we're their personal punching bags. And, you know, we should be able to be punched at will. And, you know, a lot of us resent it. And, you know, and my whole step 3 thing with my dispatch call, I resent that. Because I know that they made that up too. I was told I could do that. But then they changed their minds apparently. And, you know? But they didn't bother to tell me they changed their mind. They just changed their mind. And, oh, by the way, we're going to write you up because you posted the voice of somebody you don't know, and we created a disrespectful workplace. And you know, it just amazes me how I can create a disrespectful workplace for somebody I don't know while I'm at home for an over-the-airway communication, which anybody else could have posted. And the day I am fired from here, it's going to be a celebration because I can post whatever the fuck I want without having to worry about this company jumping my ass. And believe me, I have some very good material, folks. I've tried to cooperate with them, but they don't try to cooperate with me. I don't feel bad for blasting them in the media. I know Greg was all, well, you said this and you said that. Well, as far as I'm concerned, there is a rail bias here. What else is to explain the expansions of the West and the Green Line, the Orange Line, while out here the buses are 25 years old and rotting? Because they've ignored this part of their system. Eric Halstead is right. Eric might go a little bit to the extremes on his point of view with this, but he's right. It is rail. They've concentrated on rail, and I've got nothing against rail. I'll say it again and again and again. I've got nothing. I like rail. Rail's fine, but not when you can't keep what you got. At least be honest about. Well, I mean, that's ridiculous to even think that could ever happen. That they'd actually be honest about anything and tell the truth. They don't do that. You know, that's just stupid. Say, look, we are interested in. We're going to build this rail system. This is the priority because we think it will serve Portland and this region better than the bus system in the future, and so that's going to necessitate us reallocating resources from the buses to the trains because we think, and maybe they're right for all I know, I don't know, but maybe for the future it is better, I don't know, but they lie to us about it, just like everything. They lie about everything. They won't be honest because they don't have to be. There's no accountability. We can say what we want, do what we want. We can mete out unjust punishment. We can torture our drivers. We can do whatever we want, and we can do that because we can do it. And there's not a damn thing you or anybody else can do about it. Not the public, not me, not Joe Rose, not Lars Larson, not nobody. Because that's the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is it's an allocation. They're changing their allocation of resource from bus to rail, and they just don't want to admit that. I mean, the Green Line doesn't do anything but shift riders from bus to rail. That's what it does. It shifts riders from bus to rail. But they won't just admit the truth. And if they admitted the truth, we wouldn't be having all these messes. They have to keep covering up shit. So why would they cover up the Max crash incident? Because they don't want people to think badly of the rail. That's all the Ministry of Propaganda, and it's how long have I been talking about Ministry of Propaganda here? A long goddamn time. Okay. They control the information. And Greg asked me that. He said, well, we don't think that, why do you think that these buses are not? And I told him, I said, because there's a rail bias, and I believe it. I absolutely believe it. You know, I didn't develop this opinion out of the blue. Why am I driving this shitbox while the people on the West are riding in luxury? Because the money that was needed to run that West came right out of that bus service. And you know it, and I know it, and everybody knows it. So when they say, oh, the Orange Line isn't going to cost us anything, well, it's until you have to start running it. Where do you think they're going to get the money from that? I guarantee you it's coming out of the bus service, and predominantly the West Side bus service.